Good evening, brothers and sisters. It's just little old me again. So we've spoke about what it is to have true faith in God. And I want to continue about the Bible prophecies of the disasters in the last days and what is actually happening in the world. I mean, we can all see it, you know. Big typhoon wiped over Asia. It's not the first one. I don't know if people are aware, but on the 21st of April this year, China had the blood moon, also prophesied in Revelation. Also, on the 28th of May, over Asia, they had the days of darkness. But you see, brothers and sisters, the mainstream media is not going to show us any of this because they want us to believe in their doctrines. You know, they want us to believe in their doctrines, in their poisonings. They want us to believe that Jesus Christ, God, would only walk on this earth once in flesh. But that's not the case, brothers and sisters. The disasters are coming fast, and the disasters are going to get worse. So let's start by reading a few Bible verses. As it was in the day of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood come and destroyed them all. Likewise, also it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from the heaven and destroyed them all. Even this thus shall it be on the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Luke 17:26-30. For all nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms, and they shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places, and all these are the beginning of sorrows. Matthew 24:7-8. Relevant words. In the world, earthquakes are the beginning of disaster. First, God will make the world, the earth, that is change, and afterwards comes plagues and famines. This is God's plan. These are God's steps, and He will mobilize everything to serve Him in order to complete His management plan of mankind. Thus, the entire world shall be destroyed, even without my direct intervention. When I first became flesh and was nailed to the cross, the earth shook tremendously, and it will be the same when the end comes. Earthquakes will begin at the very moment I enter the spiritual realm from flesh the second time. Thus, the firstborn sons will absolutely not suffer from disaster, whereas those who are not firstborn sons will be left to suffer amidst the disaster. Therefore, from a human perspective, everyone willing to be a firstborn son. All manners of disasters will befall, one after another. All nations and places will experience calamities, plagues, famines, floods, droughts, and earthquakes are everywhere. These disasters are not just happening in one or two places. Nor will they be over within a day or two. Rather, instead, they will expand across a greater and greater area and become more and more severe. During this time, all manner of insect plagues will arise one after another, and the phenomenon of cannibalism will occur everywhere. Brothers and sisters, that is already happening, and it has been for many years. This is my judgment upon all nations and peoples. My sons, you must not suffer the pain or hardship of the disasters. It is my wish that you will soon come of age and as quickly as possible take up the burden that lies on my shoulders. Why do you not understand my will? The work ahead will grow more and more strenuous. Are you so hard-hearted as to leave me and my hands full, having to work so arduously on my own? I will put it in more plainly. Those who live mature will enter refuge and not suffer pain or hardship. Those whose lives do not mature must suffer pain and harm. My words are clear enough, are they not? Brothers and sisters, these words are so profound, so powerful. Where do we think these words come from? Where do we think these words come from? Do we think that a man just wrote them and they just come into his head from nowhere? Or do we think that the Holy Spirit was working through this person? Because there's no doubt in my mind that these words are profound and these words can only come from the Holy Spirit. How much more proof do we need to see, to realise that God is our creator, that God is sovereign over the universe, that God can do whatever he pleases and not one of us can stop him? Why do we not respect this? Why do we not give thanks to the man what created us, to the man what give us breath, what give us a beating heart, to the man what enabled us to create our children and our grandchildren and the generations to come? Why do we not love this man? Why do we love the flesh more? Have we ever asked ourselves this, brothers and sisters? Let me ask you a question. There's a Bible verse in, and I'm not going to tell you it now, but I will tell you it in my next video. But if Jesus come knocking on your door, if God come knocking on your door, would you turn him away? Would you know it was him? There's so many Bible verses with what tells us God will come back in different ways. I will come like a thief in the night. Behold, I will come like a thief in the night. If I knock at your door, and you open it, and you recognise me, and you let me in, I will sup with you, and you will sup with me. I will come like a thief in the night, like a flash of light. But the churches and the doctrines have convinced us that God will only come back on a white cloud. No, God can come back any way he wants to come back. We are not here to dictate the way he comes back. He comes back how he wants to. He comes back and dictates to us. So why in the Bible is the 27 prophecies